Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be making this hat, or you can choose to make the sunflower one, and I'm going to show you how to make the two different types in this one video. It's easy. Keep watching and remember to subscribe to my channel and follow me on the Insta if you want to see more of my work. Thank you. So to start, the tools that you're going to need is going to be the scissors. Let me just zoom out. And the crochet hooks. So I'm using a 4.5 millimeter. If you use a smaller hook, the beanie might be smaller, and if you use a bigger hook, the beanie might be bigger. So this is a 4.5. I like to switch between the handle and no handle. And then the yarn that I'm going to use is called Charity, and it's a double knit yarn. I'm not going to use this color. I just have other colors that I've used before that I'm not going to use, that I'm not going to, start a new yarn. So the difference between the daisy and the sunflower is mainly just the colors that you choose. So you can see with the sunflower, we have the black in the middle and the yellow, and then whatever color you like. And then with the daisy, we have the yellow and the white, and then whatever color you like on the outside. So I have done 4 of my squares already, and then I'm going to show you how to make one square. Then you can just go back if you get confused and make the other squares. You're going to need to make 5. So we are going to start with the yellow yarn, which is going to be our bud for the flower. So to begin, we're going to chain. So that's the chain that counts as 1 in there. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to zoom in quickly so that you can see what I'm doing. So that's 4, and then chain 1, and then we go back into the first chain to do a double crochet. This is going to count as the second double crochet. So the first, that's 1, and that's 2. 3, we're going to make 12 double crochets. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you just want to pull there so that it doesn't come out. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, and then we are going to slip stitch into the 1, 2, 3, third chain at the top. We're going to slip stitch to close the bud of the flower. So if you were doing the sunflower, this would have been a black circle, but now you're doing the daisy, and the daisy is yellow in the middle. All right, so there's the bud of our flower, and now we are going to start with the petals. Yes. Let us begin, and with the petals we're going to use white yarn. Sorry, I actually had to refilm this. We're going to use white yarn, and then you just go into the first space there. That counts as 1. Can you see the first space there? From this tying, you're just going to go into the first space. You're going to pull through so that the yarn comes to the front, and then you tie the yarn at the back of the yellow. Just tie it that way so that you can carry both the yarns underneath and hide the yarn nicely. And then we're going to pull through from underneath in the same space. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do treble crochets, 3 treble crochets per petal of the flower. So that counts as 1 treble crochet into the same space, 2, 3. Now we have 3 of the treble crochets. We did not stop, we did not pull through until we didn't have anything, but now we're going to join them together to make 1 petal. And then you're going to chain 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to make the second petal. You go into the next space with a treble crochet, into the next space. Make sure that those pieces of yarn are sitting underneath. 1, 2, and then we're not pulling through. We're going again into the same space, underneath, and that's 2, and that is 3. Now we need to pull through everything together so that we can make the second petal. 2, 3. We're going to make 12 petals. Just pull that so that it doesn't come loose. So that's 3. One, 2, 3. Go into the next space to do the 4th petal. One, 2, 3, into the next space for the 5th petal. If I'm too fast for you, please, you can just slow down the speed actually, or you can do a few steps and then pause and then do a few steps. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just have my hook, my yarn hooked here. So we have 7 petals. Now we're going to the 8th, chain 1, 2, 3. Two, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10. 1, 2, 3, 11. So we're supposed to have 12, guys. This is 11. 2, 3, and then the 12th, you can count, you can actually count the bud. See, if you look at the bud, you can count the bud to say, you know, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So each is supposed to have its own petal. So this is actually the first space, and I'm going to go underneath. This is what we started with, or we ended with the bud. So I'm going to go underneath to make our 12th petal. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And now we're going to slip stitch because we've done our 12 petals. So we're going to look for that top stitch. That's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the 5th, we're going to connect the flower with a slip stitch. And then you chain 1 and you cut off. All right, so there we have it. Can actually tie the flower now because it's kind of in the way. So what I like to do is I go to the back, I pull this bit of yarn, and then I go under the spaces. The spaces here, I usually use the smaller hook. I just go under the space, pull this yarn, like I'm doing 1 chain, and then pull through and then tie it. Now it's tight. You can do that a couple of times. I'm just going to do it once for the sake of this video not being too long. So there's the daisy flower. Now we're going to the black side of it. I hope you can see what I'm doing here with this black yarn. I apologize in advance. Let's see how it looks. I'm sure you will be able to see it. So we're going to start by, you see the next space after you've chained off. So you just go under there, pull the yarn underneath, and then we're going to tie that yarn. There, we've tied the yarn on, and like I had mentioned previously, you bring the other piece of yarn underneath so that you can work them both under. So we are going to start with the one side of the flower. So we're going to go chain 3, 1, 2, 3, or one side of the square actually, 3. We've chained 3. I'm probably the first person to crochet with black yarn. And then we go double crochet, we're closing off, and then another double crochet. So that's 3 double crochets. Wonder if I can zoom in even further. So that's 3 double crochets. Let's do automatic. That's 3 double crochets, and then we're going to do another 3 double crochets under the second space. So that's go under, and then you bring it out 1, 2, and then another double crochet, go under, 1, 2, and then another double crochet under, 1, 2. And now we are moving on to the first corner. There you go. So in the first corner, we're going to do treble crochet. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then we go underneath, pull through, and then we pull through 2, pull through 2, and then pull through all of them. Unlike when we were doing the flower and not pulling everything together, here we're pulling it. So we do another treble crochet. We're doing the corner of the square. Go twice, and then you go underneath, pull through, and then pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we chain 3 to go to the other side. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then another treble crochet. Go to 1, 2, and we're closing, and 3, and we close. And now we are doing double crochet. So you can see the corner is already done. So now let's do a double crochet for the other side. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 double crochets, and then 3 double crochets into the next one. That's 1, 2, 3. I apologize for the camera noise if it's annoying you. I just want the yarn to focus so you can see it better if you can. Let me see if I use something like this, if it will be better. No, let's leave it. And then we're going to do a treble crochet. That's going to be 1, and then close, 1, 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's the second one. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then we're going to the corner. 1, 2, 3, and then we treble crochet in the corner. That's 1, 2, and the third treble crochet. Then we move on to the other side. So now we've done the one side, we're doing the other side. 1, 2, 3. We have done 3 double crochets, and then we move on to the next one. 1, 2, 3. And then now we are going to do the treble crochet to make the other corner. So that's 1 treble crochet, 2 treble crochets, 3 treble crochet, 1, 2, 3 to go to the other side. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we have done the corner for this side. Let me see if I can remove it from the auto. That will work. And now we are going to be doing double crochets on this side. 2 and 3. And then another double crochet. You can see the square there. Another double crochet. 1, 2, 3. So it's 2 double crochets corner with trebles, 2 double crochets corner with trebles. So now we're on to the treble because we've done the 2 double crochets, the corner with the trebles. So that's 1 treble, 2, 3, and then we chain 1, 2, 3, and now we go treble 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to close with a slip stitch. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, and in the third we're going to slip stitch. So after we slip stitch, we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you go into the same space with a double crochet. So that's 1, 2, then we move on to this space in between with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we move on to the next space with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we move to the next one. Now we are at the corner and we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets in the same space. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then chain 1, 2, 3, and then in the same space we are going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now we're moving on to the other side and we're going to do double crochets in the spaces until we reach the corner and do 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets, and then 3 double crochets to the other side. So I am moving a little faster so we can get to the other side. There's my 3 double crochets. Now moving on to my 3 double crochets. And now we're at the corner and we do 3 double crochets. And then chain 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so now we are at the end. This is where we started with that triple crochet. Now we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we pull through. And there you have it. Your square is done. Let's do the autofocus so that you can see. So the square is done. You're going to repeat this 5 times. And then let me cut the yarn off. Excuse me. My apologies. Okay, so now we're going to join our squares. So you need to have 5. You can pause here and go do your 5 squares, and then you can come back. I have already done my other 4. So what we are going to do now is put together the beanie. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 flowers. You can see the front side and the back, which does not look appeasing. And then you're going to put the fronts together. The fronts are going to sit together. We are going to use our hook to put together the 2 squares. So you just need to match them up, and then you can see the middle is the corner, and the middle is the corner, and then that's where we're going to start with our putting together the beanie. You can use the same hook size. I'm just gonna use one smaller one, 4 millimeter, just to make it easy to poke through the holes. If you don't have, you can use the 4.5. So you go in the middle of the corner. On the corners there's 1, 2, 3. So you go into the 2. You go into the 2 there, and you pull through. So you tie it there, tie it there, and remove autofocus. Okay, so that would have put together the other 2. So now we're going to put together the first one before the main 2. If you do that, you can see the 3. Before the main 3 double crochets, there was 1 stitch. So we pull through and we do that. So we're going to be doing single stitches. And then now we're going to match. To make it easy, just put your fingers through here, and then you match the 3, and then you match the 3, just to make it easy for you. So you go into the first one, go into the 2 double crochet, the 2 lines, and then the 2 lines underneath, pull through, and then you chain 1. That's single stitch, and then between the 2, pull through, and then chain 1. So this way you don't need so that's the middle. You don't need that's the middle, and then I'm gonna go to the middle underneath. You don't need a needle. If you prefer to use a needle, you can definitely go ahead and use the needle. I just find this much quicker and much easier. And then you can see there's 1 middle thing there, middle stitch, then go to the middle stitch underneath to join it together. Join it with the 3rd, and then I join with the 3rd. So they must all sit together. So match them up, the 1 stitch with the 1 stitch, and then the 3. Okay, so we are nearing the end, and I am matching the two, and then you can see there's one left there, and I'm going to match it with the one, and there we go. So we've done that. I am going to now tie it, pull through, and then cut off the other yarn. And there we have the two together. So now you do the same with the other. So you're going to have 4. So you can see the upper part is this side, and then this is the upper part. You're going to put the upper part here and connect it the way that we did with the other one. And then when it's connected and it's 3 of them, then you do the last one, and then you connect it this side. And I'm going to meet you when 4 of them are all connected on the same side, and then we will join and then do the top part and the lower part. Right guys, so I have done my 4. As you can see, I'm about to merge, and you merge the same way that you did by going into the middle of the second one, and then going into the middle and the middle of the second one, and then doing the same thing going to the other side, and then it's going to be a circle. Make sure that all the outside is on one side and all the back side is on one side. So I'm gonna meet you once I have put together this, so that we can put together the top part and then do the brim. Yes guys, so I have put together the whole thing, and before I cut off, I am not going to cut off. I'm going to hold on and then put on the top part of the beanie. Make sure that the top part, this is also on the inside, so that your beanie does not look awkward. So I'm going to go in the middle of this square. The middle is 1, 2, it's the 2 second chain. Then I'm going to do that, chain 1, and then go to the 3 double crochets and match them. The easy way is just to match the double crochets. Always put your finger in between to make it easier for yourself to know where the other chain is to put in. So there you can see, and then the middle chains with single stitching, and then the 3 double crochets at the top. Then just to check, we still have the same amount of the 3 double crochets. So I'm going to go into this middle chain on the top, and then the middle chain at the back, and then we're going to go hold on there to do the double crochets, put them together, and the last one, and then hold the 3 double crochets together, double crochets. When I say the middle chain is actually the last chain, because there are 3, 3, and then I hold the 3 to make sure I'm holding them together, and then in there, second double crochet, and the 3rd double crochet. Now we go to the middle. So the middle, I'm going to go into the middle of the squares after I've put them together, and then go to the second double crochet. The second chain. So there's 1, 2, 3 chains at the corner. I go into the second chain, and then I do a single crochet. Now we are on to the other side, and on the other side, the square, you match it up also. So they're going to count the same way. There's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're all gonna match. I'm going to do this one side, and then I'm going to finish it off not on camera. So I go into the first chain. That's the chain that was sitting by itself, and then go to that chain, and then now we put them together like that, so that we know to go to the top of the first double crochet, the second double crochet, and the third double crochet. Then put them together and then go into the first double crochet, second double crochet, and the third double crochet. Then put them together, and so it goes. The top of the double crochets come together in all the squares, one square side to the one square side, until you reach the end. Okay. Now we've done the two sides, and then we are going to go into the middle where we connected the crochets, and then go to the second chain of the square at the top. Going to do a single crochet, and then go to the chain sitting by itself at the top, the chain sitting by itself at the bottom, single crochet, and then we go around again, matching the double crochet just like we did in the previous spaces. There's the cluster. Each cluster has its own cluster to match, and they will. So I'm going to match mine, and then I'm going to do a slip stitch at the end just to close everything, and then I am going to cut off the yarn, and then we are going to start with the flap of the beanie. So if it looks like a cake, don't worry about it. So I'll meet you guys once I have done everything, and then we're starting with the flap. Right guys, so this was the inside, and this is the, well, this was the inside, but now it's the outside. So here is our gorgeous beanie, and it looks funny, but it's going to look amazing once we put on the flap. So now let's start with the flap. I don't know what you call it, but we're starting with this. Oh, it's a little messy. But yeah, we're gonna do 3. If you want to make it longer, that's up to you. But I am going to do 3 double crochet rows. So you can start anywhere on the beanie. And yeah, let me zoom in. Okay, so I am going to start in the middle. Rather, let me start here where the one square ended off, so I can tie them together. So I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to tie it, I'm just going to grab that one and then chain 1, 2, 3. We're going to be doing double crochets. We're going to work with 2 chains, 3 chains, 2, 3, 2 double crochets, sorry, not chains. So that's 1 double crochet, and then that makes it 2 in one hole. So now in the next hole we're going to do 2 as well. And then in this hole, that's the double crochets from the that's the double crochets from the beanies. We're going to do we're going to do 3. So sorry, we've done, yes, so we've done 2 2, and we do 3 in here. 3 double crochets in one space, and then we go in here and it's 2, and then another 2, actually scratch that, guys. We are going to be doing that at the back of the holes, sorry, so that the beanie can sit properly. So sorry. So you can see we've done that. So we go in the back loops of the double crochets instead of the front. So the back loops is when you see one in the front and one at the back, and you go in the back one. So I've done 1 2. Okay, and then not the back. Okay, I'm gonna delete that actually. I'm gonna delete that and then start with the after I've chained 3. Right, so now we are going to be working with the front loops only. So we're going to go into the front and do 2 chains in one space, and then in the next space we're going to do in the front the front of the double crochet, we're going to be doing 2, and then the front we're going to be doing 3. So that's 1 2 3. Okay. Actually scratch that. Okay, so I actually was doing the right thing by the 2. Okay, so we are going to continue to do the 2 double crochets and 2 double crochets in the next space, and then 3 double crochets in the next space. 2 3. Then we're going to go 2 double crochets in this space, and then 2 double crochets in the next space, and then so the space here we go into this, we do 3 double crochets. Then we don't want to miss this space, so we go 2 double crochets in the middle of the squares where I joined the squares, and then 2 double crochets in the space that was at the corner. So make sure 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, don't leave a space, and then we do 3 here. And then we go 2 double crochets and 2. So in this space I actually did 2, I'm going to do 3. And then I'm going to do 2 in this space and 2 in the next space, and then 3 in this space. So guys, continue doing that. So there's the space. I'm going to do 2 because I did 3 in the previous one, and then I'm going to do 2 in this space, 1, 2, and 3. All right, so I am stopping the video here, and then I will meet you at the end. Right, so I am nearing the end. I'm just going to do double crochets in this last bit that I did, and then I'm going to slip stitch to join. So that's the first row done, and then in the second row, 2, 3, we are not going to increase, we are just going to put a single double crochet in each space. So there is a double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. So we're just going to continue like that, slip stitch, and then I'm gonna add another row, slip stitch, and then if you want to make it longer, you can add another row. And remember, if you want to make it bigger, you can use a bigger hook size, or you can, if you add one more squares to this, it will make it bigger, but it might make it too big. I think I once did that, but it was way too big. I think it's just easier to use a bigger size hook. So I'm going to finish off my beanie, and then I will quickly show you how it looks, or you can see the beginning of the video to see how it looks, because hey, your girl is tired. Let me just zoom out so you can see there is the brim. So yes, there are the 2 gorgeous beanies. I'm going to finish mine off. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to my channel and holler at me on Instagram. And I am going to be coming out with a crochet business book that I know will definitely be very helpful for people that actually want to take crochet to the next level and start a business instead of just you know, treating it as a hobby, and doing it now and then. So yes, enjoy the beanie, and remember to tag me once you have done it so I can see how cute yours looks and what colors you have used. Thank you everybody. Have a wonderful time, and I hope you're safe and well, and wishing you well and your family as well. And be kind. Goodbye.